Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into this video. Today I've got a bit of a strange one for you. Are Sasquatch attracted to airplanes and airports? Yeah, I know, it's a little outside of the box, like the topic of Sasquatch isn't enough on its own, but let's investigate it anyway. So, I noticed while shooting episodes at sighting locations that there were a lot of planes flying over, and I jokingly thought to myself that Sasquatch much like airplanes. Then I realized just how many times that has happened while on these trips. So at home, I researched the sighting location maps that I have to see how many were actually close to airports. What I found was pretty interesting. A large number of the sighting locations I visited were very close to airports and airstrips. So I expanded my search to sighting locations further away from me, like Northern Ontario, and a good number of those had airports and airstrips nearby. So I'm going to go through some screen captures of sighting locations that I visited, showing their proximity to airports. So here's the Brantford area and the Apps Mill Conservation Area, where there was a footprint found, and I did that in one of my episodes. There's also a section down here where there was a footprint track found, there was sounds, howls, crashing through the woods. I couldn't get in there though, I tried to, but it's private property and there's no access. But right close is the Brantford Municipal Airport. And in the video, you'll notice that there's tons of air traffic going over. Caught a lot of it on camera. And here's the map from the Centralia sighting that I investigated. And right there is where we were, where we saw the power line cut and the two forests, and I figure that's where the crossing would have been. And right nearby, a couple of kilometers away, the James T. Field Memorial Aerodrome. There's Centralia there. Now I haven't visited this one, but I thought I'd give you an example of the Northern Ontario ones that I found. There is Halliburton there. It's Bigfoot sighting and some footprints found very close to it. Bigfoot sighting over on Brady Lake and some footprints found north of West Guildford. And there is the Halliburton Stanhope Municipal Airport. Now here are some ones that I'm going to go to in the Hamilton area. There's a big hiking park there. There was a Bigfoot sighting there and a couple of down here, all very close to the Hamilton International Airport. So you'll see those coming up in future episodes. Here's the map from the LaSalle sighting at Burnett Park that I did an episode on, and it is very close to the Windsor International Airport, and there was a lot of airplane traffic going over. Here's what I'm going to be doing in the spring or summer when I go up to my cottage, which is pretty near Lindsay. It's the Lindsay-Kawartha Lakes Municipal Airport, and there was a Bigfoot sighting along the river here. So we'll check that out in a future episode as well, but very close to that airport. Some more locations that I'm going to be visiting for episodes in the future. There's near Thorold, footprint track found, St. Catharines sighting, Lincoln sighting, Grassy sighting, and one over here just south of Smithville. And there's two airports nearby, the Niagara Central Dorothy Rundling Airport, and there's also the Niagara District Airport. Here's an episode that I did recently that you'll see shortly after this one. In Stratford, there was a track of footprints found in this farmer's field here. And it is across the road from the Stratford Municipal Airport. There's a large set of trees here and a very large set of trees here that go for a couple of kilometers. There's a big creek that flows through here and there's a large swamp. There is some hunting allowed in there, but I imagine there's huge amounts of game. But yeah, right across the road from the airport. And last but not least, the Tillsonburg Tobacco Workers sighting episode that I did recently. It was in this forest here that we walked through, and we came out to the power line cut here to have a look at the area where the Tillsonburg Tobacco Workers saw the Sasquatch crossing the field from one tree line to the other. And a couple of kilometers north, Tillsonburg Regional Airport. And in this one as well, you heard lots of air traffic going over, and I think I hinted at this episode in that one that we would be doing. So that brings up several questions. Are Sasquatch drawn to aircraft and airports? And why would that be? Are their interests piqued and they're checking out what all the commotion is? Or is it something in the sound of the aircraft that draws them near? Are they attracted to the EM fields created by air traffic radio and radar? There's lots of theories out there about the relationship between Sasquatch and electromagnetic fields. Or is it something even stranger? Could they be seeing aircraft as something magical or religious, and they're drawn to it as a form of worship? Who knows, right? If you have any experiences, or if you know of any sightings that have occurred involving aircraft or airports, airstrips, then please do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you've heard. And thank you for watching this video. I certainly appreciate that. We'll see you in the next one.